She's plus size.
I say that's a red flag for me because she's not a 10 out of 10 then.
You don't think she's a 10 out of 10?
If she's plus size, it's just not for me.
What do you think it is for you that bigger girls are not your type?
That's two different questions, but the first question is if she is not, like, what is it if she's not my type?
What is it about her that makes her just not your type?
Physical attraction and, you know, having like a vibe to connect with someone. Those are both very important things, and you have to have both of them. I'm just not attracted to someone that is like plus size. So if she's super smart and intelligent, it's really not going to matter because in bed, I'm not going to be able to satisfy her.
Is it small?
Because I'm not attracted to her.
So,
it might be small because I won't probably get hard.
Okay, what if your girlfriend hypothetically would get bigger? What would happen?
I mean, in that aspect, then I would be with her because I started with her. If she started small, I would love her.
It is honestly embarrassing how often I would overlook this in my past dating experiences. Like a few years ago, there was this guy that I hooked up with on and off for about like a year. And of course, he was a stereotypical frat finance bro. I always knew that we were just a hookup and it was never going to turn into anything real. But one day I asked him like, hey, do your friends know that you're into bigger girls? And he said, yeah, I tried to tell them once, but they just made fun of me, so I don't really talk to them about it. So I was like, what does that mean for like your dating life? So he literally said, yeah, I just F fat girls in private and then I'll just date and marry a skinny girl. And the sad part is I continued to sleep with him even after having that conversation. Another time in college, I was hooking up again with this guy for about 8-7 months. And I spent about like 60 to 70% of my nights staying over at his place. He would sometimes order dinner from places nearby us. And when he'd walk to go pick it up, I'd be like, oh, let me come with you. And he always said, no, it's okay. You just stay here. I got it. And the few times that I did go with him, he wouldn't hold my hand. He wouldn't touch me in public. Then all of a sudden, I get a text from him saying, oh, I can't see you anymore. I have a girlfriend. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, we spent a lot of nights together. This man literally said, yeah, I would go on dates during the day or nights I didn't see you, and then you would just come over the other nights. I could literally tell a million stories like this. And I wish I could tell you that I learned from these experiences and that I raised my bars and I never let other men treat me like that. But I can't say that to you. I was just so desperate for male validation that I put up with all of these terrible experiences knowing full well what was happening. These people want to believe that no one finds fat people attractive, but that's just incorrect. There's plenty of men that find us attractive, but they will never, ever be honest about it because they're so afraid of going against the grain, of being made fun of for being into bigger girls. And it's truly atrocious because we're fucking hot. So if you're one of these fat baddies like me who put up with terrible shit like this from men, please stop! There is no D that is good enough for you to lower yourself to such awful standards. Be better than...
Shorty was spot on. Like everything she said, I experienced in college. And it is crazy how a lot of us have had the same experience dating as a plus size girl. Like, so true. Like, they will love you and make you feel great and gaslight you in private, like as if you guys are actually in a relationship, and then dub you publicly. No, it was legit baffling to me, like to see that, like to see a man like that I was talking to and he not say nothing to me in public. And I'm like, you was just eating me for Thanksgiving dinner this morning. Like legit throwing me around the room and you won't talk to me? No, but it gets worse because I thought that was normal. Like legit thought that a man treating me like that was okay. Like I've always been the big friend, okay? And clearly from a long line of trauma as a big kid or big girl, you start to believe that. Am I embarrassed? No, not anymore. Looking back now, I am 1000% embarrassed of the men I let do that to me. They probably are all on Section 8. But basically, back to what she was saying was he basically was like, all right, I'm going to have sex with you because our sex is amazing. And then I'm going to marry a skinny girl. How many times have we seen this Lifetime movie? Like, come on. But it's so true. Like, whatever this narrative is of these insecure little boys that they look better with small women. Don't let her find out you cheated with a big girl, because who they be cheating with? All I have to say, do not seek validation from these bum, badly shaped men, okay? I'm 30 and single and still learning so much, but I've also learned that my perception of dating is a lot different from most women, because 90% of the time we are desired for our body more than we are for just being ourselves. Oddly enough, it is still going on very much still today. All that to say, you deserve everything you want in this life and in love, okay? And do not let any man make you feel otherwise, okay? Love yourself, appreciate your body. You are worth everything and then some. Love you.
I used to get some comments from insecure men who would say things like, well, you're too fat for anyone to want you anyway. And I was thinking about this. Yeah, red flag, obviously, but there's more. In my dating life, most of the guys that I've dated, if not all of them, I've had like 100 pounds on, 50 to 100 pounds. And these are tall, skinny guys. I'm 5'3", and those are all the guys that have come on to me. And it made me think, did I have it wrong this whole time? Am I lovable? Am I more than my weight? Will people like me for who I am? And then just finally, something that I don't think men consistently figured out is that there's a lid for every pot. Just because you don't find them attractive doesn't mean no one finds them attractive. But let's get into the red flags. Like I said, this is rapid fire, so let's start with number one. First off, when I get messages on dating apps that the first message is, wow, you're huge. I'm not that big, first of all. But second of all, if I were, is that how you wrote that fish? Is that how you hooked that fish? Seriously? Or you're pretty for a big girl. Really? Seriously? Seriously? Number two, I have gotten this as a black woman on dating apps where white men will say, have you ever dated a white guy? And I say, I'm 35 years old. What kind of a question is that? I've dated all types of people and you are ignorant and I hate this. But I also get it being a plus size woman. Men will say, oh my God, have you ever dated a skinny guy? I bet you've never had a thin guy. What? You're not doing me any favors. This is the weirdest thing to ever say. Please don't say this on dating apps. Also a classic, this is a two-parter. The number three, have you ever considered losing weight before? Sir, whatever happened to hello, my name is, how are you? They also do things like, hey, I've got a great personal trainer. Leave me alone. Please don't say this to me. Or in the case of my ex-fiance, I've got a whole playlist dedicated to this, but my ex-fiance would send me articles, which is red flag number 4, that are like, hey, have you considered lowering your BMI, which is a scam. But he would send me these random articles and be like, oh, I just thought of you. Are you serious? Do you like me or not? Do you want to be with me or not? Because this is who I am. Don't do that shit. Lastly, number 5, people who have unhealthy habits, who make it a habit to point out your body. It's none of their business. You can't be smoking cigarettes and telling me that I'm going to die of heart failure. Sir, cigarettes are the number 1 heart failure thing. Mind your business. Sorry this was so fast. I'm sick and need to lay down. As always, you can subscribe to my newsletter, Red Flags. Link is up here and it's in my bio. Bye.
I guess the question is it more awkward to show up and be more overweight than they expect you to? Or is it more awkward to just send them a picture of yourself or be like, hey guys, how do you feel about dating a hefty woman?
Fat women are not here to be your secret booty calls.
I hope this doesn't get me canceled, but have y'all ever noticed there's a trend of autistic men really being into fat girls? Because, and I'll give you some examples here. I'm not just shooting in the dark here. There are, I'm on websites for men that like big girls, and there is definitely an overrepresentation of men who are on the spectrum. It's just very obvious. And I've been to events as well. I've gone to 2 big events for fat admirers, feeders this year, and there's definitely a lot of men on the spectrum at these events, an overrepresentation compared to Gen Pop. And I was talking to one of the guys I met on the feeder website about this, and he was like, I don't know if it's just that they're really into the texture and stuff, and they just like the way a nice big warm soft it's stimming or whatever. He was like, I don't know if it's that. And I was like, part of me thinks that the reason there's an overrepresentation of them isn't because more autistic men like fat women than general population that aren't on the spectrum. It's not that like more autistic men like big girls, it's just that the ones that do don't hide it the same way that like men who understand social norms on like a higher level or whatever are going to, because there is definitely shame involved in liking fat women. You have to overcome the hurdle of putting it out there. There's definitely some like criticism and pushback from society when you say like, no, I like the big girls. Like, even you have to really stand 10 toes deep on that shit, or people are just gonna rag on you. Like, we all know that's how it is. Like, I wish it weren't that way, but you have to really stand on business if you're into big girls. And I feel like the reason there's so many autistic men that like big girls isn't because there's just more of them, but it's because they're just not afraid to say like, well, yeah, I like big girls, who cares? Like, I don't really care. Who cares if you don't like that I like big girls? I'm gonna go get what I want. If you're a big girl, have you noticed as well that there's like autistic dudes love to bark up this tree? And I'm not gonna lie, I have a type too. I do like them a little neurospicy. Weigh in. I like autistic guys. I think I have a fucking type, so I'm not mad about it. But I don't think they like them at a higher rate than like neurotypical men. I think they just aren't afraid of like making it obvious.
Baby, when I say we are doomed and the bar is in hell, the bar is past hell. A man will literally say, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I don't know. I've never dated a woman like you before. I don't know what people will think. You've never dated a woman with a big back and a gut? So you'd rather date a man? Like, you'll be more comfortable dating a man? You're not worried about what people think about that? I'm confused.
I never thought I would be crying on the internet, but I just am feeling so defeated, and I want to feel like I'm not alone. This woman from my school got engaged today, and of course that's amazing, like so happy for her, but it just highlights the fact that like I've never had a boyfriend at all. And I'm almost 30 years old. Like, when is this shit gonna happen for me? And like, I'm fat. I know I'm fat. People want to have sex with me, but no one has ever like courted me or like taken the actual time to get to know me. And it just makes me feel so like unworthy. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like, it's Houston. It's Sunday right now. I'm like, oh, I should go out to Sunday Fun Day. But just the fact, like, I know I'm fat, like, people aren't gonna view me the same. I'm like, why would I go out if I'm not gonna get approached or XYZ? Because, like, I'm not even a drinker, I'm a smoker, and I don't have anyone to go out with. So I feel like if I do go out, it's gonna be for, like, a social reason or, like, to meet someone. And I don't want to go out there just for no one to approach me, and I'm just standing there looking fucking stupid by myself. Like, I don't know. This shit is really hard. It's like, I feel like I'm fat, I'm black, and I'm tall. So I feel like no one's really checking for me. And that's just really hard. Like, I've always been the fat friend. And I just don't know. Like, nothing ever good happens for the fat friend. I consider myself to be pretty confident sometimes, but I'm just feeling like paralyzed right now with like anxiety and like, why am I even gonna get dressed up and put effort into going out if I'm just gonna be like invisible to everybody there? It's probably just in my head, but this is really painful and I'm struggling with it.
A couple of weeks ago, I was at my friend's house for a party, and there was a guy there who was like a friend of a friend, and we really hit it off. Like, I had so much fun getting to know this guy and just like talking, and I like really felt like I could date this guy. And a lot of my friends came up and were like, he's really, like, it seems like he's really into you. So this week I was doing some light Instagram stalking, as one should, and he has like several photographs with women in smaller bodies. And the places that my mind went instantly were just awful. And I hate that they were my first reactions. again, these were over a course, like these photos were over the course of like 10 years. And I instantly just felt like I wasn't attractive enough or desirable enough in my body for someone to want me. And I hate that that was my first reaction, was due to my size and my plus size body that I love. I questioned my desirability for this man. And I hate the fact that I was like, oh, I wonder if he'd be willing to date a bigger girl. No, like, I hate that idea of being willing to date. Like, no. And the fact that, like, I would even question my worth and what I would bring into a relationship just because of 3 photographs over the course of 10 years. But like, that's what fatphobia does to someone. Like, these are the feelings that I have, like real feelings I have based off of years and years of conditioning of being told that I'm not good enough, that me and my body is not good enough. And it's awful. I'm so glad that I like recognized it and I can have that ability to like reset the mind. But the fact that I even went there is devastating. Really, really sucks.
Dating as a fat woman is really hard, and I think one of the hardest things for me has been like trying not to catfish someone. You know, if I give just like a portrait shot like this, they don't really get a good sense of what my body looks like. And so in all of my dating profiles, I try to include at least 1, generally 2, like full size, full body shots so that they know what they're getting themselves into. And one time, I remember this one date, this guy and I had been talking for like 3 months, which is way too long to be in the talking stage. He was a pilot. He flew internationally, and he would be stationed at different like Air Force bases and whatnot for like weeks at a time, and then he would come back. And so I gave him a little bit of grace for that, and I thought, okay, by the time we were finally able to meet up though, I was super excited. We had like mad chemistry via text, and I got all glammed up. I wore this super cute outfit, showed up at this bar, Crazy Cats, and he walked in, and the look on his face was just like, ugh. And then he just put on a fake smile. He didn't make eye contact with me the whole time. And I've never had that experience where I felt so unwanted and so ugly all at once. The disappointment in his body language was so clear to me that he was just not into me. I went on another date with this other guy. We were like 3 hours apart, so we each drove like an hour and a half to meet in the middle, which I thought that worked out well. And I got my drinks. I was there before him, and so I got my drink, paid for my drink, and we chatted for about a half an hour. It was a little bit of awkward conversation. I felt like I was carrying most of the conversation. And this guy stops, all of a sudden, like interrupts me mid-sentence and says, well, Sarah, it was really nice to meet you. I'm gonna go. And just got up and left. And I was like, okay. And was really, really taken aback by that. So both of those experiences really showed me that I am not somebody that men want to date, which is too bad because I think I'm fun. I think I'm funny. I'm smart. I clean up really nice. I look terrible right now, but I clean up nicely. And I feel like I have a lot of love to give to somebody, but I can't seem to get past that first date. God damn it.